There is a secret rule inside Apple that nobody officially talks about. It is an unwritten law of their product lineup, and it goes something like this. The smaller the device, the longer you have to wait for it to be updated. But the more fiercely loyal its user base will be. Think about it. The massive iPad Pro gets updated like clockwork. The standard iPhone gets refreshed every single year. But the iPad mini? The iPad mini is the neglected middle child of the Apple ecosystem. It disappears for years at a time, completely ignored by Tim Cook and the executives in Cupertino, while the rest of the lineup gets shiny new features. But then, just when everyone assumes the mini is dead, Apple drops a new one, and the tech world goes absolutely crazy. This brings us to the iPad mini 8, a device that isn't just another tablet. It is the culmination of a decade-long battle to create the absolute perfect portable computer. But to understand why the iPad mini 8 is causing such a massive shift in how we think about technology, you have to understand the very dark, very frustrating history of its predecessors. You have to understand why Apple has always been terrified of making the iPad mini too good. For the longest time, the iPad mini was stuck in a weird identity crisis. The iPad mini 6 gave us the beautiful edge-to-edge redesign, but it was plagued by a catastrophic display issue known as jelly scrolling, where one side of the screen refreshed slower than the other, making text look like it was wobbling whenever you scrolled. It drove users insane. Then came the iPad mini 7, which fixed the jelly scroll and bumped up the processor, but left everyone feeling completely underwhelmed. Felt like a band-aid. Apple was deliberately holding the mini back. Why? Because if the iPad mini was perfect, why would anyone buy the more expensive iPad Air or the ridiculously priced iPad Pro? But with the iPad mini 8, Apple's strategy has been forced to change. The technology market in the United States and around the world has shifted. Phones have gotten so massive, with devices like the iPhone Pro Max practically becoming small tablets themselves, that the gap between a phone and an iPad has nearly vanished. Apple realized that they couldn't just offer a scaled-down iPad anymore. They had to offer a premium, uncompromised, ultra-portable device. They had to take the training wheels off. Let's talk about the screen, because this is the single biggest reason why the iPad mini 8 is a complete game changer. For years, the #1 request from iPad mini fans was an OLED display. And finally, the LCD era is dead. The iPad mini 8 features a breathtaking OLED panel, completely transforming how media looks on this device. When you are watching a movie in bed with the lights off, the black bars at the top and bottom of the screen no longer glow with that annoying grayish backlight bleed. The pixels turn completely off. The contrast ratio is infinite. Colors punch you right in the face with vibrant intensity. But OLED is only half of the story. The real magic, the thing that will make you never want to put this device down, is the introduction of promotion. Yes, after years of gatekeeping their 120Hz refresh rate technology for the expensive Pro models, Apple has finally brought it to the Mini. The moment you swipe across the home screen of the iPad mini 8, the difference hits you like a freight train. It is impossibly smooth. Every animation, every scroll through a heavy web page, every stroke of the Apple Pencil feels exactly like moving